Like, wait a minute, who are you? I don't have a hat to tip. Good morning, folks. I'll just hold up my coffee mug and say good morning and hi to hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me on what's it, 10 o'clock my time here in Texas. Hi to hello, everybody. Yeah, this was an unexpected and an unannounced live video. But this morning, waking up extremely blessed, beautiful day, wonderful temperatures, no humidity or very low humidity. And we're sitting here next to a whole bunch of gifts and goodies. So I thought I would just kind of come live for a little bit and open some of these things together. In saying so, I completely understand that not everybody enjoys the gift and goodie videos. And by all means, if you have other stuff going on, if you're doing church service, those are a lot more important, y'all, than watching a fella without his hat. Hey, can you bring me a hat? I completely forgot my hat. I cannot sit with my glasses on top of my head like this for that long. Sorry. But I was going to open a couple of gifts and goodies. If you guys want to join, we'll have a little chit chat. I'm here with all of the dogs. Jamie and I already had our first cup of coffee. So if I feel a little bit wired and just kind of like high strung, it's because I already have 12 ounces of coffee in me. And now I'm enjoying my second 12 ounces. So, good morning to you all. And hey, David. Well, David says he always learns something new. So thank you, Mr. David, for that sweet comment. That, in a way, I sometimes people say once a teacher, always a teacher. And I don't mean to come off as a know-it-all, friends. Thank you, babe. Wrong color. That's not going to match anything that I'm wearing. That's not going to match anything that I'm wearing, Jamie. It'll make my eyes look wonderful. So it is what it is, friends. Thank you, Jamie. She's rolling her eyes at me. She's just rolling her eyes at me, y'all. But it doesn't match, and I'm aware of that, okay? So good morning, everybody. Our hearts go out to you folks who have been impacted by that hurricane and the flooding. That is all that we're seeing on our phones. I know that you all are very aware of what happened. You know what surprises me, but it really shouldn't, is that this hurricane, as much as we thought it was going to just leave nothing but, I hate to say it, but death and destruction all along the coast, we're actually seeing more video from up around Tennessee with all of the flooding. And so I'm not trying to discount all that's happened in Florida. I'm sure there's lots of horrible and lots of cleanup that you guys are all having to deal with. And for that, our hearts go out to you. But what I'm seeing up around Tennessee and maybe even other states, but is just the homes washed away, businesses washed away, bridges washed out. I saw the hospital being evacuated from the roof with helicopters. And so it's just really, really sad that here we are celebrating a beautiful morning with wonderful weather. The animals are all up and doing their thing. And then I'm sitting here at a table full of probably 15 packages to be opened, gifts and goodies. And I just feel horrible that there's people who are struggling and suffering. There were lots of deaths from this hurricane. And so on one hand, it doesn't feel like the timing is right. And so I really, feel for those folks. And I'm not trying to take away from anything that they're all going through, because don't forget, we all met because of our own Hurricane Harvey and what happened here, the aftermath and the cleanup and all of the months and months, I would even say years of trying to rebuild your life. And then people don't forget the toll that I don't guess we'll ever leave here. The depression, the anxiety, all the things that set in after the fact. I always talk about my dad and how he aged 10 years. My dad, before Hurricane Harvey, even though he was, I don't even know, probably 70 years old, my dad was still a very active and outgoing and energetic and alive. And Hurricane Harvey, it aged him 10 years. So, yeah, he's 78 now. So he's still an older man, but now he acts, he looks, he walks, he talks. Everything has gotten older. And I know for a fact it was just the PTSD, if you will. I don't want to use that term loosely, but it was the PTSD that has set in that has affected my dad so very much. And so there will be people who are traumatized by what they witnessed, but what they're going to have to try to rebuild from. And our hearts do go out to you, friends, and we do know where you're at, where you're coming from. And there were people who literally watched their entire livelihoods washed away. And that's hard for some people to understand. But if you've ever been through a fire or a flood or other types of natural disasters, a hurricane, a tornado, my gosh, there's so many, earthquakes, landslides. You think about all the things you see on these videos and TV, and those are when you lose your entire home, it's kind of like, after all these years, all the things that you saved your money and you've invested in, for most people, if you're like me, you save and save and save, and then you go out and make a purchase. It may be a living room set or a new mattress for your bed. And then you save and save and save, and then you go out and, buy your kids an Xbox or whatever the game system they play. And then you save and save and save and work your overtime to try to get enough to, replace the counter in your kitchen. And if you live your entire life that way, and then something happens, an act of God comes by and takes everything away, just gone. Well, I can promise you something. There's no government agency who's going to come in and replace all the things that you saved and worked and saved and worked, and just, those things are gone. So we really, really do feel for those folks. And I know where you're waking up this morning, and I know how you feel, friends. I've been there with you. But I will say this, there is a rainbow on the other end, or a light on the other end of the tunnel. So you just keep waking up and you keep taking it one day at a time, one step at a time, one foot in front of the other, baby steps, what we used to always say. And you will get through this. And if you were not affected, but you're able to help folks in those communities, then please do that. It was people helping people who helped us get through all of that. And we're very blessed to be able to have a platform now. And a lot of lives have changed for the better in what a crazy twist of fate that something like Hurricane Harvey and all the devastation and the loss of life and the babies that we lost, and ended up turning around to where now we were able to have made an acquaintance with all of you all. So y'all don't forget those folks, even though they're no longer seeing newscasts and news reports. And over time, people will forget. Life will get back to normal. Soccer games and football games and all the things that occupy our time. But those people it will be a very, very long time. Like I said, years before they fully ever get back on their feet. And some will never be the same. When you lose an entire town or your entire home and your vehicle and your farm machinery and your fencing and your barns and all of those things, friends, life will never, ever be the same for them. So just think about them for a minute as we're sitting here enjoying a moment, opening some gifts that you guys have blessed us and the animals with. Just remember that there's people right now who are waking up to a very, very difficult future, and the future does in fact look bleak for them, and our hearts do go out. I'm reading some of the comments as I'm trying to talk, and I see that there's places in North Carolina that were completely removed from the map as far as the structures and the some of the streets and the roads and the bridges. So it's going to be a very, very lengthy recovery. And how scary. And things can happen so fast. Like I said, a week ago, almost no one had ever heard of this Hurricane Helene, and here we are a week later, and all of this. So All right. Well, with no further ado, there's a couple of things I opened earlier in the week individually that I never had a chance to make a video about that I want to show you all. One of them is this calendar. It's a family calendar that was sent to us. And this lady took pictures from, I guess she would screenshot pictures from around from around the farm, from the pages, and she would put them into a calendar form. So that's kind of neat. Now listen, I'm just going to say I don't know who the lady in the middle is. Okay, I recognize myself, and I see Jamie here in February. I don't know who that lady in the middle is. I don't know if that was put in there on purpose, or if that lady was trying to what they call that, photo bomb us. But I just can't help but have my face drawn to that scary lady right there between us. No offense, lady. Anyway, looky here. Here's some of our favorites. Isn't that beautiful? I see Voodoo with Dixie over here, our sweet Maggie, a very young Annie alpaca who's a new mommy. Oh, and looky here, an entire chapter about, well, pretty much an entire month about little Okie. What a wonderful little fella he was. We miss him. Anyway, it goes through. There's a whole lot of neat pictures here. There's one with LE with all three of the boxers. This is July. That would be Mr. Huck in the pool with Daddy. You know, goats don't generally like water, but Mr. Huck loved me, and he would do whatever I wanted to do with him. And it goes on, just really wonderful pictures. So we thank her so very much for this. What a sweet lady. Thank you so very much for that. All right. So reaching around over here, I'll grab the first parcel to be opened. So to the lady who says, Lester, y'all should do a calendar for a fundraiser. A lot. Thank you, friends. So we actually looked into that. This was early on. This was back, I would say 2 or 3 years ago, when we first thought we might have enough people who follow the channel to do occasional merch. And so Jamie was talking about doing a calendar, but the merch folks told us that calendars are not really, that people don't use calendars anymore. So listen, I'm not saying everybody doesn't use a calendar. Most people, though, the date is right here on your phone. I mean, the date's right there. So there's not many people that still go by and use this kind of calendar. So I understand you're going to say, well, I do. But I think that you had to guarantee to sell at least 500 calendars before they would even take on that kind of a sale. And so we did not think at the time we could ever sell 500 calendars. And so maybe we could, but I really don't think that in today's world where people want the date that fast, that you would still be able to sell 500 calendars just to have the merch line make those for you. I don't know if any channels do calendars. I know a lot of people do shirts, hats, maybe other kinds of merch, coffee cups, whatever. I'm trying to remember what all the merch things that people are doing are, but I really don't know of too many channels that do calendars. And that's probably because they do hats. That's probably because their merch people tell them the same thing, that calendars are not, I'm going to say this, calendars are not profitable for the amount of ink, the amount of time, the amount of work it takes to produce a calendar. People are not going to spend $30 on a calendar. I don't know. I'm just saying that number. So anywho, now, like I said, you're welcome to comment. The more comments, the better. Thank you for the comments. But the merch folks, and we don't do our own merch. We have people that do that for us. They don't do calendars unless you can guarantee to sell 500 of them. And that's probably not going to happen. So I'm going to open this first parcel. I do have me a box cutter. Oh, it looks to be a shirt. And there's a note. So this is just the packing slip. there's not a note inside here, and it doesn't tell me where it comes from, darn it. So I don't really have anyone I can thank, but let's look at the shirt. With a body like this, who needs hair? Is this for Jamie? I'm playing. That's very kind. Let's go ahead and throw it on right quick. And then, thank you so very much. And being as the shirt talks about the fact that I have no hair, I'll just go ahead and leave my hat off. How about that? We'll just leave the hat off. I guess I'll pull off the sticker. That's very kind of you. Very kind of you. But with a body like this, who needs hair? But wouldn't it be nice to have a full head of hair again? Today's National Coffee Day. Well, in that case, cheers. I like my coffee really, really hot. I don't know why, but being as we've already had our first cup of coffee, at some point the coffee maker will turn off. Even though you have the coffee pot still sitting on it, the coffee maker turns off the heating element, and so the coffee begins to cool. And now I feel like I'm drinking kind of cold coffee, but it's still good. It's still coffee. So thank you all. It's going to help me wake up this morning. It's a wonderful shirt. Thank you so very much. It's a little bit big on me. This, I don't know. I think this is probably a 2X. I normally wear a 1X, and I joke that I fluctuate the way a lot of you all do. I will wear a large during the spring and the summer when I've been working out, when I'm trying to, getting out, doing some stuff. And then I always gain weight in the fall and the winter. My body has to stay warm, and that fat content can help me stay a little bit warmer. Thank you for this shirt. It's wonderful. Thank you so very much. There's a lady who says that she's lagging and she thinks it might be on my end. I don't think we're lagging. I have all of my bars on my laptop, but don't forget, ma'am, I'm using what we call the StreamYard app. So there's actually 4 channels all into one spot. So I think that what you can do is restart your computer or restart your device, if it's your phone or your laptop or whatever you're using. Sometimes if you restart it, that can kind of help reset everything. It can also close some of the pages you have opened up in the background. People don't sometimes realize that. But when you look at other sites, you have pages opened in the background, and all of those are pulling you memory. So, for example, when I go to Google, there's 4 other pages that are still opened on my phone. And sometimes you don't realize when you have other pages open on the phone, even though you can't see them, it shows you on my phone, it does, that there's 4 other pages open. So I can go by and open those pages and then delete them all, X out and close them all. But just be aware of that. If you're using your phone or your laptop, you may have pages open in the background in your tabs that you can't see. All right, this next gift comes to I'm a Survivor Sanctuary. So that could really be, and it does appear to be, well, this over here says for Jamie. It's a horse with a wreath of flowers, and the little sticky note says for Jamie. Hey, babe, you got a shirt. You want to come say hi real fast and show off your shirt that you got? This over here says for Lester. Here's one for Lester.
Hey, y'all. Sorry, I was pulling weeds.
Here you go. Jamie just loves that garden.
Oh, that's beautiful. Man, that actually looks like my storm. That is awesome. What's yours say?
Mine's, well, the one that I'm wearing right now says with a body like this, who needs hair? And I love that. But I got another one right here that I'm going to go ahead and throw on. And now it's going to be a little bit tighter. Jamie, you hold down the fort for a moment.
Well, I'm going to sit instead of stand because I was not prepared to be on camera.
Do you at least have a bra on?
I put a bra on. Not the best bra, but I put one on.
Jamie. Okay. Jamie, I might need my pasties here. I might need my pasties.
Sweet baby Jesus, take your chair back.
Please, please let me sit down and bring me them pasties. Thank you for the shirt. Now, this would have been a shirt I could have worn maybe in my 20s. And I think I'll put my hat back on for this one over here. Yeah, this may be a little snug, for me. It actually kind of, baby, this shirt just squeezes my belly all into one little blob. I have
Welcome to Spanx.
I have quite the beer belly in this shirt. Okay, listen, do not let this take away from the kind gesture. Okay, it's a very sweet gesture. However, I'm gonna wear it, ma'am. I will wear your shirt for the rest of this video, but I'm just saying I'm not going to be standing up a whole lot. Okay, I will not be standing up much, and I might need my pasties. Okay, I'm going to probably need me some pasties because Jamie says, welcome to the world of Spanx. I don't know much about that, but I'm guessing it's a way to kind of like compress and squeeze everything nice and tight. And I do feel quite constricted, okay? Please stand back up. Okay. For you, ma'am. Oh my golly. Oh my golly. Oh. Doesn't the camera add a few pounds though? Isn't the camera's fault? Guys, it looks great on me in person. In person, this shirt just really makes me feel alive. But the camera, the way you all see, I probably look kind of like a blob. What do y'all always say? I look like a can of biscuits. I look like I just popped a can of biscuits. Y'all know what I'm talking about? And in this shirt, I feel like someone just popped a can of biscuits right out of me. Okay. Headlights are on, Lester. Well, darn it. Where are them pasties when I need them? Anyway, it's a cute shirt. I'll just show you the top of. We ain't going to go down to the bottom no more. We are not going to the bottom. But this Texas SUV has dual horn, and it has leather seating. So that's a Texas. Yes, I look like a busted can of biscuits. Thank you, Nikki. Nikki, that's what I was trying to think about. Yes, wearing this shirt, I look like a busted can of biscuits. Guys, come on now. I'm in my 50s. When do you cut me some slack, huh? When do I get some slack? I will make sure. Now, listen, I will never, like I told you guys when we first started the video, that my weight does fluctuate with the temperatures. I will normally lose weight in the summer when I'm sweating more, when I'm burning more calories, and then I will gain weight in this fall and winter. I will never fit this shirt again. It's a wonderful shirt. Let me see if there's a note. There's a few more things in the package. This comes from Mary. So Mary, thank you so very much. Now, she sent this as well. That's where I'm finding her name. And I don't know if I'll be able to read the entirety of the letter. Oh, it's short. Oh, no, it's not. It's long. So she sends me a couple of books on paper. So, hey, Lester and Jamie, I've thought about buying you guys some cute shirts for a while. I hope the sizes are right. I kind of guessed. Well, ma'am, Jamie did not put hers on, but yeah. Thank you. Hey, listen. In all fairness, someone needs to tickle that little doughboy. Who said that? Diana, you need to take it back. Diana, someone needs to tickle the doughboy. Don't. That is the meanest thing. Okay, I'm just going to laugh along with you all. I hope y'all are laughing because I'm laughing, okay? Someone buying a shirt too small is actually a compliment. Thank you very much, Miss Mary. Anywho, a lot of times when you guys get things, there's no name and you don't know who it's from. So I put this package together. Um, I found some bubble wrap. I'm so glad Ernie's doing better. If I can figure out how, I'll send a photo of me wearing my voodoo shirt. I hope you can figure that out, ma'am. I hope you've already sent that. We still have plenty of pictures to go along with our collection of voodoo shirt chapters. We'll be playing a new chapter tonight on our Sanctuary Sunday. It'll be chapter 3. We've already played chapter 1. We've played chapter 2. And today we will be playing a brand new one, chapter 3 of our voodoo shirts. I'm very sad about Oki, but like the others that have gone on, he will not be forgotten. God bless y'all and take care. From Mary. Thank you so much, Miss Mary. We certainly appreciate you. And I do love the shirt. And please don't let the fact that it's a little bit small take away from the kindness of your gift. Oh my gosh, people want to tickle me. Why do y'all want to tickle me? That might be one of the meanest things you've ever said to me, okay? Tickle the doughboy. If y'all tickle the doughboy. Okay. Let's move on to the next gift, shall we? All right. Oh, this also comes from the same lady. From Miss Mary. I can just pop it open. Guys? Okay. Has this already been opened and this was put back into my collection of things? Because there's nothing in here. And I thought I just pulled it open. Okay. That could happen. Here we go. All right. Something else we're going to open right quick. It comes to Lester Morrow. Make my colon great again. PJ says, Lester, you're just like a little brother we can all poke fun at. Well, make my colon great again. It's a word search puzzle book. Y'all are funny. Why are y'all being so funny to me? Okay, so in case you don't know, or in case you might be new to the channel, or if you've been away for a while, Stella, don't tear up Mama's garden, baby. That's Mama's flower garden. We worked so hard on that thing. It's still a work in progress. Oh no. Oh no. Someone said that's a real shitty gift. Y'all stop. I get the humor in that, okay? So in case you have not heard, I'm at the age where my doctor has says, Lester, you can no longer put it off. It's time for us to make you an appointment to have a colonoscopy. It's one thing to do all of the blood work and, you get all that stuff done on a regular basis, but now it's time to actually go in. You got to go on in and have that procedure done. And I will say that it's not, I know it happens and people have been very, very kind to me and they've been sending me all kinds of words of encouragement. It's just a little bit, well, it's different. It's a different kind of procedure. Everyone knows, I think, the things you have to go through with the prep and the actual procedure. And, but listen, I think that for, like my doctor explained, it's best just to go ahead and get it done. And then you'll have peace of mind knowing that everything's okay. Or if you do have issues, it's so much better to address those issues early. And so what I tried to do was to make it kind of, I could have kept it low key. I could have kept it private. But you know what? I think that the channel, when you're able to find yourself on a channel, a social media channel, you have a responsibility to help others if they, in fact, may need help. And if there's any men or women who may be nervous about your upcoming procedures, so I've talked about it. I'm not saying that I'm enjoying it. I'm not looking forward to it. And when I start the prep on Tuesday, I will tell you right now, I'm I don't know what to expect. I've only heard. I've only heard. But I'll tell you one thing. For all the time I have to sit around, for all the time I'll be sitting around, now I have some word searches and things I can look at. And so I think that they call that bringing awareness. And so I will absolutely talk to you all about it. Now, on the day of, I doubt I'll be talking to you much about anything until it's over. But that'll be on the 3rd. That will be on the 3rd. And so I you know what, that's one thing I don't get. I think there was a time in my life when I would have been embarrassed about talking about it. And even today, there might be things that I'm embarrassed about talking about because I just don't want to, you know, but every man, and I think women, I don't know this for a fact. I do not know this for a fact, but I know that every man has to have this along with other procedures, the other checks, the prostate exam. I've never had one of those. And I don't know at what age my doctor's going to tell me to go have it done. I do know that they can take blood work, and the blood work can give them indicators of all these different things. So they kind of know how your inners are working from your blood work. But at some point, like my doctor said, the blood work does not tell you everything. And so you need to have some things scoped. And so, yes, so the colonoscopy will be on the 3rd, and I'll start that prep, I think, 2 days earlier. So thank you. Thank you very much for thinking about me and for understanding. And then if it's uncomfortable to talk about, I get it. All right, let's see what else we got over here. This comes to Lester and Jamie, but I'll go ahead and open it. Sometimes things say to Lester and Jamie, and they're usually more for Jamie. Jamie stopped doing gifts and goodies, and I understand why. People can be quite negative sometimes in their comments. And listen to me, I will tell you real fast that I completely get it. I always try to start off the video by saying that I get it. I get it. In the world that we live in, with the economy in the shambles that it is, with the inflation, the gas prices, the rent, with watching so much of our taxes being spent overseas, without getting political, the fact of the matter is things are more expensive and you're having a harder time making ends meet. Everybody is. This is not just from where you live. This is everybody. There's not a name on this, darn it, but it's a cup. It says, I may look like I'm listening to you, but in my head, I'm thinking about alpacas. And that is a coffee mug, and that's wonderful. That's beautiful. And thank you so very much. So we certainly appreciate that. And it's true. You look over here, and we've had a lot of alpaca activity lately. Oh, I'll say one thing about getting older. I wish Jamie were here to laugh about me. Yesterday I made a video. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I am so darn embarrassed about this. So I uploaded the video. I think it was my afternoon video on YouTube, where I mistakenly called Tina, which we all know is an ostrich. We called her an alpaca. And I say we, meaning me. Okay, me. I did it. I'm sorry. I called her an alpaca. It was funny because, I don't always keep up with the videos right away. Jamie and I were busy yesterday, and I took my sons to eat, and we were having a fun afternoon. Jamie and I went to eat earlier for lunch, and it wasn't until I got home in the afternoon that I sat down to look at the videos to make sure everything was going okay. And I realized how many comments were on that particular video. Like a whole lot more than normal. I'm like, whoa, this is a good video. What did I do? What did I do? Only to find out that I had mistakenly, I had one of those moments, one of those senior moments, y'all. Remember, I'm in my 50s now, y'all. I'm allowed to have a senior moment. I don't know at what age I become a senior citizen officially, but I can have senior moments early on. Okay. I, I'm just, no, I'm not mad about it, but I did. I mistakenly called Tina. So 55 is when you become a senior citizen, but others are saying 65. I don't know this for a fact, but I think at 65 you can qualify for Medicaid and Medicare, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And so supposedly twice someone said I called my alpaca or my ostrich and alpaca. And for that, I'm so very sorry. But I'll tell you what, the comments were so darn funny about Lester having a senior moment. Yes. And then Laurie says, at least you changed the title of the video. I did because I titled the video wrong. Guys, I'm so sorry. But you know what? You do get busy. That video was made the same day as I posted it. I didn't have much time to edit and everything. So you get busy, friends. I will say, and I take a lot of pride in this, that I have not skipped a video in over 6 years. That's a long time of making videos and not skipping a day. Thank you, God. Another shirt. If it's for me, I'm going to put it on over this one so you'll stop talking about my headlights. Okay. It's about, at some point, you just want to say, ladies, eyes up here. Ladies, eyes up here. Oh my gosh. Holy moly. And this over here is going to match my hat. Here we go. Let's hope that it fits. And I think it's going to. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. So it reads, look who's all grown up and ready for a colonoscopy. Why are y'all doing this to me? Oh my God. Look who's all grown up and ready for a colonoscopy. Oh my goodness gracious, y'all. Why are y'all doing this? Oh no, Lord have mercy. Look who's all grown up and ready for a colonoscopy. Oh my God. I hope I might have to just wear this shirt when I go in for you. I might just have to wear this shirt when I go in. And it's in my favorite color. I never knew it was my favorite color. Who's this coming from? Darn it, it comes from Amazon, and there's nothing inside telling me who to thank or who to point my finger at and do this to. I don't know who to do this to over here. I'm doing this to somebody. Y'all, this is the funniest thing ever. I'm going to wear this shirt, though. I'm going to wear this shirt when I go in. I can promise you that. Oh, Lordy. This comes to the Longhorn Leicester horses. This is to the horses. So I will say for a fact, this is more of a Jamie gift, but I'll go ahead and open it, being it has my name on it. Oh, yes. I've lost a comment. It says that would be so funny to wear that with this under my arm. So, hold on. There we go. With my dude wipes under the other arm. I'm so happy you can laugh about it. This is a scented candle. These are more scented candles. And listen, they smell amazing even without being lit. Wait, is this for the colonoscopy too? Is this because of my prep work from the colonoscopy? Is this some kind of a, what are you trying to tell us, huh? So, Lord. This over here is tropical fruit medley. These over here are vanilla caramel. And this one over here is a juicy black cherry. So juicy black cherry. So I think that my favorite is the juicy black cherry. I love me some juicy black cherry. That's wonderful. Thank you so very much. Um, so those are for the Longhorn horses. It's okay. Thank you very much. It's a very kind gift. Very kind gift. Thank you so much. I will pass those on to Jamie, and I know that she'll. Lord. Oh, ooh. That's funny. Well, there we go. Let's keep going. Longhorn Lester Morrow. Now this is pretty darn thick. This little package here is just packed full of something. I want to be real careful as I open it. You never know what's inside here. It feels like something of a cloth material. It is a clothy material. I don't get it. Please never say that again about the juicy black cherry. And then this over here, man, there's all kinds of stuff in here. All right, let's get everything out of the packaging first. So there's nothing in here to indicate who this is from. Sometimes when you order stuff, this comes from Temu, T-E-M-U, Temu. I have seen that, but it comes to Longhorn Lester Morrow. So I don't really know exactly what we have in here, but let's open things up and look. Ooh. That's kind of nice. I have never in my life had anything quite like this. It looks like I might be wearing a straitjacket, but I like it. But I like it. It's very nice. I hope I'm wearing it right. You don't put this on backwards, do you? I hope it's not on backwards where my hands are like down at my side. This looks very, I like it. This is actually a nice looking shirt. I've never seen this style ever, but I like it and I'm going to wear it. I just don't know where. No, you're wearing it right. This is for Jamie? Jamie can't wear this, guys. A woman can't wear a shirt like this. It looks like a Pilates shirt. That's for Jamie. That's a woman's. It's for women. That's for Jamie. I love that shirt. Guys, how can a woman wear this shirt? And you all were right there when I opened it, and it says to Longhorn Lester Morrow. The hell is this? What is this? It looks like a Roman soldier's uniform. That's a kilt. It's a skirt. It's a kilt. Try it on. Well, ugh, ugh. It's it's a kilt, but it's a little bit too small for me. You have to make Scottish noises. What are Scottish noises? This is a dress. These are socks. It's a complete kilt set, someone said. Does the kilt have a return receipt? So this is the only thing that came. All of this stuff was wrapped tight into this package. I'm not making this up. They even spelled my name wrong. Longhorn Lester Marrow. Marrow. That's fine. That happens a whole lot. It's Morrow. Morrow. So if it is a kilt, that's wonderful. But do they make suspenders and a belt for these things? Because I'm going to need a way to get this on. I am sucking my gut in as much as I can. Okay. Okay, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Lower the belt line. It doesn't fit me. Oh, Lordy. Well, thank you. That's very kind. You're a very kind sender. I just don't quite know. Darn, I wish it would fit. I wish it were a little bit larger, and I don't know if there's a way to extend it out. Spanx will help you. Guys, I'm just going to move on. Thank you, kind sender. Thank you so much. I will wear the shirt. So this must be a shirt that they wear with kilts with. They wear these kind of shirts with kilts, and I need a bagpipe. Someone says you need a bagpipe. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, what else we got here? We got a few more. This here comes to Lester Morrow. Oh my goodness gracious. See, hold on. That's what I was afraid of. That me having to get in that position for the doctor. And then someone told me that that's not the way you have to do. Because I made sure that I got in the mirror and I was practicing that position to see how I was going to look from all angles. The book is called My First Colonoscopy. Open wide and say, ah. And it's a book about you're supposed to make me feel better about this upcoming procedure. You're trying to make me feel better about all this. Oh my Lord. I have two more. Y'all have time for two more? You're very kind. I really think how kind you are. Sheila says, wear that kilt to your colonoscopy so you don't have to undress. Okay, Miss Sheila. Oh my God. Oh no. This comes to the Longhorn Leicester horses, okay? Something else for the Longhorn Leicester horses. Now, the last thing that we got for the Longhorn Leicester horses were some scented candles. All right. So, now these are horse, I think they call them picks. And so you get the horse's hoof and you can kind of scrape all the stuff out. You kind of scrub and clean everything up real pretty. I think they call that the frog on the horse's hoof. You got to get it nice and cleaned out. And then you can scrub it all out nice and pretty. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these in here. That's really sweet of you. Thank you so much. Once again, oh, now there are. Finally, I love when these over here come. These are from Miss Barbara. So thank you so much, Miss Barbara. And I'm guessing that Miss Barbara is also the sweet lady who sent the scented candles. So thank you so much for all of these things, Miss Barbara. I said it because these also had on there for the Longhorn Leicester horses. That's very, very sweet. Madeline says, well, Lester, you did ask for, where'd it go? Lester, you asked for emotional support. I did. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't mean to laugh. I'm so sorry. Oh Lordy. All right, here we go. Now, it's always kind of iffy if you can read letters and cards, okay? Because sometimes people will send you stuff for your eyes only. And so I will open these up and just see if I can read them. I don't know. Sometimes you can. Sometimes I need to do that on my own. They're just for me, private. So if you give me a couple of seconds over here, I'll just kind of skim real fast. Okay. So this gentleman says, this is very kind. This is just so darn kind. Listen to this. Dear Lester, my name is Trevor Brown, and I watch you guys on YouTube. I live in Golden Bay, Perth, Western Australia. I am an electrical contractor, and I seen in a video recently that you're having a problem with your pressure switch on your well. I'm trying to contact you to help. And then he goes through and he gives me his phone number if I need any extra help. Isn't that just the kindest thing ever? All the way from Perth, Australia. And then look at this. He goes on to diagram how it should look. How darn kind is that? This fella, all the way in Australia, takes the time to write me a letter, complete with the diagram of what I'm going to have to do with the wiring to help get the well, the pressure switch to work. That's just amazing. And that right there is what you kind of take little things like this, and it helps restore your faith in humanity, because you all know that we live in a really evil world right now, y'all. We live in a really evil world. He says, make sure you turn off the breaker first. That is just so very sweet. And then at the bottom, he even puts another diagram to show me exactly how to wire this thing up. That is Aussies for the win, y'all. An Aussie for the win. How very kind. And just what an amazing world. There are so many good people. Don't ever forget that, y'all. It doesn't matter. Some of the things that we sometimes will fight and argue over are so trivial. They don't mean anything. And you see this, just what kind people there are in the world. This comes to Lester. I know you're fine, totally fine, absolutely fine, but just in case you're a little, but in case you're not fine, I'm here. Oh, Lord. So they send a little token. It's called a pocket hug. Lester, I'm sorry about Okie Dokie. I love that baby boy so much. He's such a character, big personality. I know this hit you guys hard. It hit all of us hard. We all love that little guy. I pray that Ernie will have the will and the strength to recover. Both of you have been through so much with voodoo and now with the alpacas. You and Jamie worked so hard to give all the animals their best life. The only thing about loving animals or humans is that someday we'll all have to say our goodbyes. Isn't that so true? We've talked about that a few times here. I hate that it's been so many times, I feel like lately, but with losing Chip, and I mean, you can go back to all the babies that we've lost the last couple of years with the Pebbles and Mr. Huck and Lord Dixie, some of the dogs like Sandy, and we go back to Maggie and some of those who we've loved so darn much. Of course, most recently we have Okie. And it is a part, y'all. It's a really, really hard part about loving is that, yes, someone says, don't forget Journey. No, I'm not forgetting. It's just, you got to go back and further back, the more cloudy, it is for me here. But this is a beautiful card. She says, but, having the downfall to loving is having to say your goodbyes. I believe animals are more loving and attentive than most humans are. I would agree with that. I'm sorry the commenters have been so mean. I'm not upset with the commenters. I get it, y'all. We all handle things differently. And there are some folks who I don't want to say are not in touch with reality, but when you do take care of animals and you have so many animals that you have to take care of, it's just a numbers, the math is just the more animals that you take care of, especially if they've come from different situations, with the alpacas having the parasite issue. People don't understand sometimes and they get upset. They're hurt, they're broken, and I get it. But I'm not upset with the commenters. I just don't understand the mindset of people. But I do. I get it, y'all. The world is hurting right now, and the world sometimes can begin to hurt, and they take out their hurts in different ways. I think that many of us, maybe ourselves, we've had partners or we've had family members or co-workers who sometimes are real fast to say things they probably don't mean. They probably don't even mean. And then she feels like those people are bullies. Sometimes it feels that way, but when you've been doing this for a while, and like I said, I've not skipped a day of making videos in 6 years. And so I know I'm also, you guys know, the kind of guy who likes to read everything. I just can't help but read. So no, we lost Sandy to an incident. I'm sure there's a special place in heaven for people who love, care for, and rescue fur babies. I've included a pocket hug in this card. Whenever you feel sad or overwhelmed, just hold on to that pocket hug, and it's from me. And this comes from a lady named Sharon. Sharon, thank you so very much. This is kind of you. Here's the pocket hug. And on the back of it, it says, whenever you find yourself doubting how far you can go, just remember how far you have come. Everything you have faced and all the battles you have won. And all the fears you've had to overcome. That is sweet. And that is something that sometimes people can forget. But I know you too have had to overcome your battles, y'all. You've had to overcome so many things in life. And I do think more than the animals, I'm going to say this, and I stand by this because of the fact that I do read. I think that more than the fact that the animals bring us together, I'm certain it's the adversity and the things we've had to overcome that keep us here together. There are people who will come and go. I get that. The world is fickle and they move on. But I do believe that those who've been around and stick around and put up with us through all of the ups and downs are also people who find themselves, like sometimes, like struggling in different ways. And we overcome and you fight through the adversity. And that is what connects us. That is the glue that holds us together more so than the animals. But I didn't mean to get emotional. I don't really have a reason to be emotional. But I think that reading that over there reminds me so much of the stories that I've heard from you all and the things that, have brought us all here and keep us here. So I'm so sorry. These last three things, Lester, Jamie, and then it says, Lester, please read in private. So I'm not going to open those right now, but I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with me for a little bit this morning. And the funny things that you sent, I'm sorry, I'm not laughing right now, but I am. I'm going to find my happy place and start laughing again. That was very sweet. You guys are just so darn kind to us. Hey, sweetie, thank you so much for being who you are and for loving us unconditionally, which is a rarity in the world that we live in. Just such a rarity. And I promise you that love is mutual. Thank y'all for watching. I'll end the video the same way we started it, if you don't mind. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'll catch you a little bit later over at the JL Ranch for those who are on Facebook, Longhorn Lesters. And then Jamie and I always go live. Hey, Ann, if you guys want a fun and uplifting channel, go visit Ann. She's a wonderful, wonderful lady who I fell in love with a couple of years back. And I still keep up with her. Ann, we love you. And if y'all want a channel to go watch, you can really lift your spirits. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for loving. And Jamie and I will see you all tonight on our Sunday night Sanctuary Sunday. And that always starts at 8 o'clock Central Time. That's U.S. Central Time. Thank you all so much.